good to just get comfortable, get loose, get the cobwebs out.
Part of it is we didn't start late because everybody was shooting around at the beginning. We should have nipped that earlier.
But so good job on delivering it. Just we gotta be more efficient with it. You have something that needs to be delivered, identify it, explain it, deliver it, and make sure they understand. All right. You tend to just it's over-explained, which is I mean, which is absolutely fine. But when you're on a time limit, you know what I mean. You gotta be efficient. It's everything. Let somebody else have a stage. Like when Herb has the stage, let him have the stage. When Mike has the stage, let him have the stage. When we have the stage,
jumping back and forth.
Just I mean, because everybody has their part they have to do. It's like that volleyball. You ever play volleyball and you play with that one person that every time the ball goes to you, they cut in front of you and hit the ball over for you. Let that ball go to him, let him get it over. All right. So I know you guys got good points. So let's just Herb, you got the flow, you deliver it. Mike, you got the flow, you got it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I got the flow, I'll deliver it, everything like that.
Something I always have to work on. I tend to get excited when I talk. I start rambling, start getting through.
It's you know what? It's all positive, it's all good. I mean, you delivered it perfectly. I mean, it's definitely not me saying, Mike, I'm trying to restrict you. I'm not guiding you, right? So it's more fluid. But I mean, everything that you said was on point from the free throws to this and that, And Herb, he was on point with, explaining to the guys that they needed to push up and get strong. And you actually did a really good job when we were in the 1-3-1. Benny passing here and structuring it and making sure, because it's one thing explaining it, and then the next thing is to do it. And because when we did that, the guys were having questions, they were into it, they were understanding it.
Be more interactive.
More interactive, exactly. So, I mean, that point we did good. So, and the tighter we get as a unit and a group and flowing it, when we, have to explain something, get tighter, it's gonna it's gonna trickle down right there. Anything else? You guys? I was glad. I mean,
on the same page.
That was a really good shootout. That was a really good shootout. I mean, everything we needed to identify and improve on, we identified it, delivered it.
Now we just got to follow through and execute it, right?
Yeah. So next time, let's land the plane a little bit sooner. Circle around. Let's land it and get these guys going.
I really had no concept at the time. That was part of the problem.
I know you was so busy to get.
I seriously thought we were at 30 minutes, and then they're like turning off the lights. Come on, really?
They couldn't tell us, so they were like.
This way. Get him out. What's up, Ricky?
What's up, man?
Ricky, Rick. What were your thoughts, Ricky?
Thoughts about what? Practice? Thought it was cool. Thought it was kind of funny that it basically the entire time was just talking, going over it, but it was necessary. So
I love it. We have a team. We got to make sure everybody is
fun.
Getting their point across, counting on each other to get the ball in the picture.
My main thing is I wanted to make sure that as we were speaking, we did what you were talking about. How I would take somebody and I'd physically slam T, physically slam Jimmy. That's what you got to do. I'm doing it just sitting around here. You got to do it for real.
You know what I like to do? Is when Tion stepped up and said, I was fucking up. This is how we're supposed to do it. I was the one that wasn't here.
Accountability.
Accountability. We talked about that before, and that was great. I mean, everybody noted that we missed some assignments, but when you got the captain that says, my bad, or we're not doing this, or we're not doing that.
I mean, there's no excuses.
Yeah, everybody else moves the ball right now.
Eliminates excuses. And you don't have a person saying, well, because if and or should have, doesn't count. To eliminate it.
And it's positive, positive thing out there, guys just do it. Now we gotta see how we execute, because it's still gonna be part of the game. We're gonna see how we execute from the last game to tonight's game to see how much more we improve it. It'll be this to be defense, it's going to be a guaranteed steal, or they're going to rush a shot and we're going to get the rebound go. You know what I mean?
So, game plan for tonight. Any major changes or adaptations we need to focus on as coaches?
No, I think you guys did well. I mean, you guys looked 7.5. I mean, only one thing is somebody in the back.
I'm going to try to be more proactive, and actually, I'm probably going to send more people out more frequently because of the conditioning thing. You know, one of those things I try to monitor is I try to allow one or two, one or two of those things that comes 2 or 3 plays in a row. Yeah, I got to do it quickly. I got to be more reactive.
So there's some things that you got to be flexible with. I mean, in anything you do, you got to be flexible. There's some things that you're flexible with, and some things that are not emotional. In not getting back to defense is not emotional. You know what I mean? Because that's something that will poison our fluctuator. Is he going to do it? Yes, because he's only human. But somehow you back on defense, and then you get it right back in, that's fine. But he has to know, okay, there's a consequence if I do that.
I'll definitely try to be more conscious of that. That wasn't really my main focus. I was overwhelmed just like anybody else. New environment, new. I'm sitting there trying to analyze the game more so than watching my guys and saying, what do we have to adjust in the team more so than who's screwing up and who's not. And so that's something maybe you can help me with too, and saying, hey, Mike, let's do it. Just stay. If you need to do it, just call somebody. Hey, I'm gonna call him. I noticed that. Because I noticed he did it once, but I know he did it more than that. And a lot of times I'm not looking at who's not coming back. I'm sitting there going,
you know what? The time he did it, both of you guys were looking at the guy making the layup, and I looked the opposite because I was looking at you guys, and I looked behind him. He didn't even get the back course, and he took the ball.
And I don't think I even noticed that.
Yeah,
and you know what? I definitely will try to be using my timeouts more. Quite a few times we talk. I'm like, I should use the timeout right now. Get us going. Not as much for the conditioning side because I see you guys tired. Because stopping runs or seeing something too efficient, but we had so many mistakes. It's not like we got worse. We were just bad all the time.
Phil Jackson never took the timeout because the other teams don't win. His philosophy is, I want the guys to figure out what they're doing wrong, which is phenomenal.
And that's what I try to do.
Because you learn better when you figure it out yourself rather than somebody telling you. I think the only time Phil Jackson calls a timeout is when they're not doing things that they're supposed to do in the framework, in the structure. When they're deviating from the structure, that's when he calls a timeout and says, listen, you have to do this, and then explains it. His timeouts are correct.
He looks his assistant to the other one.
Yeah. I barely see any of those guys in the because that is loud whistle. He's always correcting what's correct. But I think if they transfer what we did today in practice into the game,
how are we doing with our communication to the players? Are we loud enough, vocal enough? Are you hearing us? Are you guys hearing us? When we're trying to make adjustments and changes, as an example, the rules thing, at the end of the first half, I try to make a focus on making sure every single person heard me before we put that ball into play with 24 seconds if there is only one shot. That's still transpiring.
That was partially my fault because I should have just held it, wait till 7 seconds and just attack myself.
And I know I specifically went to at least 3 out of 5 people, and I don't think I specifically went to Rui. But
well, I mean, to this point, he
did have a lane.
You know,
we did have a beat. But at the same time, you don't want to make that move until there's 5 seconds left. He started too early making that move.
Right. That's
and the other thing why I didn't say anything to him about it is he just got in the game for the first time. And every single player we had when they first got in the game were excited, including you guys as starters. And that's why I didn't say anything, because normally that's something I would have done. I wouldn't want to bring him down. I just left him alone. I didn't even say a word to him. And I don't think I should personally. I'm just going to let that one go.
Timeouts. Somebody needs to go in and direct us. Because timeouts, when we playing, knowing playing out there, when you sit down, your mind is just
one of the problems that got us flustered as coaches is we tried to call a timeout for like 4 or 5 plays in a row and they wouldn't give it to us.
I know.
And I couldn't figure out, and the ref was looking at me like, no, you can't call timeout. It's our ball. And then finally I realized he pointed back and I